Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We start on the daily time frame. Here we can take a look at the next upside targets, or let's say the next larger Fibonacci levels to watch. And it also tells us about structural resistance along the way. Bitcoin a little bit stronger today. Over the weekend, not too much happened though. So we've seen another high, but overall the structure remains, of course, intact. So no support is broken. And the price is grinding a little bit higher, back above 48k, but not really any significant movement since yesterday. So we don't need to change our approach or the perspective on the chart at all. Still watching for the white wave count there primarily. This remains the primary scenario. I only have to change my perspective on the daily time frame. If we get a break below 35k, 35k is really the nearest relevant support on the daily time frame, which will change scenarios on this time frame. Okay, so below 35k, I will have to assume that we are coming down in this B wave in yellow. Until then, I assume we are in a wave 4. Okay, that might be complete, or we might get an extension of wave 4. This is obviously what we're dealing with on the smaller time frame, but the bottom line is the Elliott Wave count allows us to understand that 35k is the relevant support. All right, so this is key. And at the moment, even though we are very close to the high, I have to still highlight that it's possible. I think everybody should know that it's possible that we get this wave count in orange, which is an A, B, C structure. I like that very much. I mean, not personally necessarily, because everybody wants the price to go up. Well, actually, if we get another dip into support, it would be great for accumulation, right? But anyway, the possibility is still that it's forming a flat structure. That, however, would not change the scenario on the daily time frame. It would do so on the 1 hour time frame because micro support levels will break. But it's also one of the possibilities I'm showing you on the on the 1 hour chart. So there are basically two scenarios. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, that's one possibility. So I think everybody should just know that it's of course possible at this stage that until we have 5 waves to the upside, this correction can still unfold. So the wave 4 could still be unfolding as a flat structure or even a triangle. Yeah, I mean, even with a triangle that's possible, a so-called running triangle, even if that B wave overshoots, because it could be A wave down, overshooting B wave, if it has to, then a C wave, a D wave, and an E wave. That's honestly still possible. That cannot be predicted, but what does the Elliott Wave count allow us to understand? Levels for trading. Levels for trading, the support area has been defined since this third wave topped in early in January, like 10th or 11th of January. The support area was well known, could have been used to scale in. We're now in a resistance area here. Yeah, and only when we get 5 waves up, we get a different support area on the daily. Okay, so I mentioned that yesterday on Telegram and Discord already with a different example, but you know, this area could be used to add, to scale in. This area could be used to maybe even scale out, take a bit of profit, you know, just in a very crude way here. I mean, you can decide where you want to see resistance, but ultimately the price is pushing. Only the support area will only change once we get 5 waves, because that gives us the next potential either 1-2 setup or depending on the magnitude, another wave 4 of a larger degree. So we're going to take a look at that as well in future videos. But the white count is the directly bullish one, and it will I will follow it as long as micro support levels are holding. And we're going to take a look at that on the 1 hour time frame. Here, however, very important. Yeah, I'm just simply on the 1 hour chart. I'm gonna put micro support levels on the chart as we are likely in a third wave in our white wave count. The micro count is not so useful, yeah, because what people try to do, I've said it many times, they try to sell at the top of a third wave, even though you can never say a third wave has really topped, okay, until the correction is unfolding. And then they try to buy back in a wave 4. That's not really the approach that should be used. It's more like, okay, we stay in the trend until the end in a third wave, and we just adjust, we only adjust the relevant support levels, which is what we're doing. So going to the 1 hour chart then, let me see if this is the daily, this one. 1 hour chart shows you this white count and orange count in one view. In detail, you can see here this fourth wave low, possibly on the 23rd of January, and that we are now possibly in this move to the upside. I highlighted to you that I'm leaning bullish as long as the 61.8 retracement level there is holding. To be honest, it's already the 50% fib level that actually I would like to hold. So we might want to mark that in addition. This is really the key. Below the golden ratio, below the 50% fib level, yeah, it's already gonna be very weak, right? It's gonna be weak. It looks very impulsive, so it should really hold the 50% fib level. That's at 45,317. Below that level, things are gonna get very questionable already. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm focusing on higher. I've adjusted this support slightly higher, as we have to do it when the price makes a new swing high. The retracement areas are always going to be adjusted with the price. And I'm focusing on higher prices. And one more high is still expected. I mentioned that yesterday. Now that already happened. So you could say the primary scenario is being fulfilled with that one more high. But I don't think this is necessarily yet the fifth wave. So it might have just been another extension in the third wave, as I've shown here. There's no way of knowing that really. But it looks to me more like an extension of the third still. So we can still watch for another 4-5 pattern to unfold potentially, even though that is not the micro support doesn't really help. The micro count doesn't really help you here at all. Okay, so I only have the micro count. I could even delete it, but I only have the micro count just to track support, not to tell you where the wave 4 is going. Yeah, you can use it for orientation, but it really is only to manage support and to understand when the trend is breaking. All right, because the micro count does not, let's say, predict that there will be one more high. There could be one, there should be one really, but it could also be that this is not an ABC structure to the upside, but in fact just a WXY. And with a WXY, the top could be in now. So it doesn't help you if I have another high there or not. I could just literally just put the support areas there without the micro count. But the micro count gives us orientation and it allows us to understand where the micro support areas are sitting, and they are very well defined. And yeah, I'm gonna watch for a wave 4 pullback anyway. Next at some point, it might now have started, but I think we should still get another 4-5 pattern really, okay? But as I said, focusing on higher until support levels break. And then with one more high, we could complete this C wave, or it could be a third wave with another 4-5 pattern to come. I'm gonna give the white count the benefit of the doubt, okay? No change to previous updates, as long as support levels are holding. But of course, as we're approaching here the resistance area, pullbacks get more and corrections get more likely, but we don't want to expect them because the trend is up. So looking here again at the daily chart, you'll see the next resistance is at 48,940 and then 49,850 and 51,380. So that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.